In this video, I'm going to take you behind the scenes to learn what makes this particular solitaire design spectacular and unique from others, because often I get asked why someone would get a simple solitaire design custom made, and this video is going to show you exactly why. And if you're new here, I'm Vanessa from Vanessa Nicole Jewels, where I create custom diamond rings for clients all over the world. And one of the benefits clients get when working with my company is the opportunity to collaborate one-on-one with the artist who will actually be making their ring. And as a diamond setter, I absolutely love getting to know my client's story and then translating that into the most spectacular ring she just can't stop looking at once it's on her finger. And before reaching out to me, Debbie had her custom solitaire ring remade twice by another jeweler. She wasn't happy with it, and she just doesn't love the craftsmanship. And she had this gorgeous XXX 3-carat natural diamond that wasn't set in a way that made her super excited to wear it, and I can see why, which I will show you in a bit. Debbie was amazing to work with, and in our messages to each other, she said, "I've had it redone 2 times by my jeweler and the prongs are not done well, and I'm just disappointed looking at it." You know, as a master diamond setter who not only designs rings but also creates them from scratch, I have a unique understanding of what will look stunning from a design perspective and also what will be practical to wear long term. So when I asked what she doesn't love about her current ring and what would make this her dream ring, this is what Debbie said. "The diamond is smushed into the current setting. The prongs are curved and warped. I'd be open to claw prongs. I like the prongs to be straight up and not curved. I'd like to see the culet of the diamond and have an open donut on the bottom. I'm really open to whatever would make the diamond sparkle the most. I want a simple setting to work with any band." Okay, this was definitely something I was confident in making for her. And there were some design suggestions that I gave her options for, such as she mentioned having a donut, which is this open ring of metal at the base of the ring. And one of the reasons she wanted that was because on her current ring, she just felt like she could never clean her diamond properly. So she thought if there was more air under there that she would be able to clean. And I showed her both options. I showed her an option with a donut underneath, and then an option that would allow a wedding band to sit a little bit more flush with it, but still having these straight prongs that had air flowing through, so she would be able to clean underneath her ring and be able to see that culet, that point at the bottom of the diamond. And so by seeing these options, she was able to make a confident decision about which direction she wanted to go with. My work, it feels really purposeful and meaningful because I get to invest that time with each client to create their dream ring. And there isn't this feeling of needing to take shortcuts that I often see when it's a faster paced production line. And I'm so glad I took on this project because this was Debbie's email to me after she received it. "My ring is perfect. It's so comfortable and a perfect blend of modern and classic. The last 2 settings made elsewhere made me feel that I picked a bad diamond because it didn't look like it did when it was loose under the store lights. I'm so happy now. I will definitely be calling on you again." Her message absolutely made my day. And even though some rings are seemingly simple, there are clunky and bulky solitaires, and then there are elegant and sleek versions. And there are a handful of ways to design a solitaire ring with slightly different features, but what would make one of our solitaires unique from a typical solitaire are the streamlined and graceful curves of the shank, the carefully shaped claw prongs, and the low to finger height for practical everyday wear. And also the width of the band needs to be proportional to the center diamond so it doesn't overshadow the main diamond, because that will actually make the center stone appear smaller. And I love making our rings comfort fit for clients, which means I smooth around the inner edge of the ring for comfort. Here's an example of a ring that's not comfort fit. So you can see this really crisp inner edge that has a 90-degree angle. And so something that you're wearing every day, it will feel much more comfortable if it has more of a rounded edge right here. And it does take a little bit more time, but I feel that it adds all the difference for comfort when you're wearing your ring all the time. And the reason square edge shanks are more common is that they're faster to polish. And even though a rounded comfort fit band takes longer to refine, it's definitely one of the features that my clients absolutely love and makes it so practical to wear long term. And these are just a few of the features that will be on Debbie's ring. And I'm gonna show you a few more in a minute that people always tell me they never thought about until I pointed it out, and now they can't unsee it on rings. And I do have other videos on my channel about the specific ways I make a pave solitaire diamond unique and incredibly well made to symbolize how meaningful this ring truly is, but I wanted to highlight some here since we'll be applying them specifically to Debbie's ring. If you take a look at this diamond ring up close, the original one that she had, you'll notice that there are gaps in between the prong and that center diamond, which means it's really not fully secure, and that's partly why this diamond keeps getting smushed around, almost moved around in between these prongs, because they're really not positioned securely. So you can even notice there's a gap behind that outer edge of the diamond, and also the prong is lifted up. So what that's going to do is it's going to collect fibers from her clothes or snag her hair. You can even see under this prong that the hairs and fibers, they're collecting underneath, and they're just it's a very snaggy type of prong placement. And so we definitely want to avoid that from happening. And as I spin the ring, so you can see the different prong placement here, all of these prongs look like they are just slightly lifted up from that diamond, which is really not going to provide the proper security for the diamond. It's not going to allow it to sit straight, and it's just not secure. And so we want to make sure that even if a prong does get lifted, because this is platinum, and if it gets knocked in a certain way, a prong can become loose. Over time, you just want to make sure to take a look at your diamond to make sure that it's adequately covered, rather than having these gaps in between the prongs. I mean, gosh, look at this one. It's totally lifted up from that diamond. That's going to catch on so many things and really just become a pain for the wearer. Taking a look at an up-close view of the side view, you can see that the diamond is crooked because the culet of that diamond, which is the bottom point of the diamond, is offset from that center position on the ring. Now, if you had an old mine cut, for example, or a very specialty type of cushion cut, that can happen depending upon the faceting of the diamond. But in this case, which is a triple excellent round diamond, that culet point should be smack in the center of the ring. So I can see already that it's off-centered, and the client noticed that as well. If you take a look at these prongs, they're pretty bulky, but I've seen prongs like this on the market. This squared off look is absolutely suitable for a ring design. I prefer to make them sleek claw prongs, but you know, everybody has a different design aesthetic for what they want. So it really does depend, because you can also have round prongs, or you can have these squared off prongs, or you can have the claw prongs. So it's totally up to you what you prefer. I don't necessarily think they have to be quite this bulky, but some people really like the look of having the excess metal. It makes them feel more comfortable, especially if they have a lifestyle where they're really knocking their ring around a lot. It makes them feel more comfortable having prongs like this, but they still need to be properly positioned on the diamond in order to have maximum security. Now let's talk about this gorgeous design. This is the CAD rendering that my client approved right before I began making her ring. It features a 3.01 carat round cut natural diamond with H color and SI clarity. And the setting is my classic pave solitaire design with a hidden halo of diamonds and signature claw prongs that I hand sculpt to really let the center stone take center stage. Debbie loved the idea of her ring being fully round rather than cathedral style, where the diamonds reach up to the support bar, or in the case of her previous design, which was more like a half cathedral. There's nothing wrong per se with the half cathedral. It just has a bulkier shoulders, so it simply depends on the style you like best. Another signature feature of my solitaire designs are creating it to be knife edge on the top half and then half round for the bottom half of the ring for comfort, right as it reaches the spot between her fingers. Even if she wanted it knife edge all the way around, it's not uncomfortable by any means, but many women are just used to the feeling of a half round ring, and this is a way to combine the best of both worlds. The knife edge makes the center stone appear larger visually while retaining full structural support throughout. And another feature you'll notice are my sleek signature claw prongs. I hand sculpt these in order to achieve this look, so it takes longer than the traditional round prongs which you commonly see on rings, but the result really takes the ring to a whole new level. The goal is to mimic the triangular shape of the facets on the diamond, so everything is harmonious and your eye flows in line with the facets of the diamond, focusing your eye only on sparkle from the diamond rather than metal. And something I do for all of my settings is make sure the diamonds are set incredibly close together. So for this hidden halo, I wanted to pay careful attention to minimizing the gaps between the diamonds, which if there are significant gaps, long term, it can be a pain for women because it attracts soap suds and grime and sunscreen and tanning lotion. I've even seen pasta sauce. So the diamonds are held together with split micro prongs to minimize the amount of visible metal while still retaining maximum security. So basically all you see are diamonds. Now this ring, it doesn't need a hidden halo if she preferred to keep it smooth, but it does add a nice pop of sparkle to the side view without affecting the clean and classic design from the top view. There are many ways to design a solitaire, and I've enjoyed making all of them over the years, and that's one of the benefits of a custom ring, being that we can design it however you want. And I'm simply here to guide you on structural support and harmonious design principles while adding in all of my specialty techniques for setting it. But gosh, it's wonderful to have options based on what works best for your lifestyle. Some people want a ring set super high on their finger, while other women prefer to keep it as low as possible depending on their work and what's practical for them. So if you're looking for your very own custom ring, feel free to reach out to the studio at vanessanicole.com. I would love to learn more about what you're looking to create, and I would absolutely love to exceed your expectations with it. And if you liked this video, I'd really appreciate if you subscribe to my channel, since that's going to tell YouTube that this is something that people should watch before getting a custom ring. I mean, this channel honors meaningful relationships and creativity and an appreciation for the time that it takes to achieve fine craftsmanship through beautiful artistry. So by watching these videos here, you're surrounding yourself with these uplifting values that encourage excellence. So if those ideals resonate with you, definitely subscribe and leave a comment below saying hi. And in the meantime, I'm wishing for you a beautiful rest of your day. All right, take care. Bye.